Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for joining me. This is 10:57 a.m. Nigerian time. Today is Sunday, 24th day of November 2024. If you are a Christian, happy Sunday to you. And if you're not a Christian, I think I will say happy weekend to you, or sharing you already into the new week. Anyway, in this video, I want us to discuss about the trending insecurity issues that is happening, the causes, and why the insecurity challenges in Nigeria seems insurmountable, why Nigerian government seems helpless, and the reason behind all these things is why we are going to, deliberate this matter. The new terror group in Nigeria, the Senate of the Federal Republic, they have raised an alarm that is no longer business as usual. This is after the military, the heads of the Nigerian army have sent soldiers to the southeast. If you go to the southeast as I speak to you now, there are a lot of, soldiers at every corner and so on and so forth. And while doing this, the new terrorist group are gaining ground. They are seizing more communities, they are seizing more states, more local government, and so on and so forth. This is insane. This is insane. Anyway, we are going to look into all these things. Please, in the course of this broadcast, I want you to give us a call when we open our lines. And if you can join us live, you can use the StreamYard link there to join us live. Let us discuss about this trending issue of insecurity. I saw the senators deliberating about this matter. That was on Friday, while they were raising an alarm that, look, we are not going to fold our hands because this is serious. Anyway, there is a solution to all these things. That is what we are going to discuss. Stay with me. All right, the Nigerian senators, they know the problem of these insecurity challenges in Nigeria. The northern part of the country, the insecurity that have, emanated from there is too much. And this insecurity has spread to all across the nation. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday about the insecurity in my own town in Delta State. And I was telling him that when you go into the bush, according to the report we are getting now, that you will see dead bodies all over the bushes in the farm. And these dead bodies are not from our side. Maybe the kidnappers, all these Bororo Fundani, they will kidnap people from neighboring village, they will bring them into the bush, and when they could not get ransom, they will just kill them. This thing has been happening. It is only the vigilante that are helping the people in our area. The soldiers are nowhere to be found as usual. The police are nowhere to be found as usual. But people fail to realize and understand what is going on. Now, the Senate, anything they said in the red chamber of the Senate in Nigeria, it ends there. Whether they talk about anything, immediately they close, it ends there. There is nothing they said in the Senate floor that they have used to work. Now, these insecurity challenges that have deliberated, and the sent soldier, Fabio was begging the soldiers to go to the north and secure the areas and so on and so forth. Let me play the video for you. But all those things they are saying, it will still end there. Why? Because these people are not talking solution. How long are we going to talk about problem without talking about the solution? And that is what is killing us today. And almost everyone in Nigeria have been psycho-conditioned, believing by talking problem will solve the problem. No, we will talk solution to solve the problem. Every now and then I used to give people example that if, for example, you are leaving your house and you leave your tap open, you forget to close it, and while coming back, you see that your sitting room has been flooded with water because the tap is running. What are you going to do? To start cleaning the waters, or for you to go straight and lock the tap? The issue that we are facing in Nigeria is an issue that we must not be tapped. Now, before I play the video for you, you must have seen what is trending when the Fido told the, in the broadcast in Atlanta, America, he said that people should not go back to Nigeria, that nobody should invest in Nigeria. Why? Because Nigeria is in shambles, that the economy is in shambles, and so on and so forth. Now, the presidency have released the attack dog on the video. Why should the video, said in a public broadcast in America that people should not go back to Nigeria, that the economy is in shambles? But we must say the truth, because we have been living in false. Anyway, take a look at what happened in the Senate floor on Friday when they were talking about why the military should go back to the north to secure the area because of this trending insecurity. They call them Lakurawa, this new terror group. Take a listen.
On national security. And that's why I want your attention and indeed the attention of Nigerians. Mr. President, if you recall that banditry started in Zamfara state. And about 9 years ago, nobody thought that it would spread to neighboring states. But we didn't take immediate measures to arrest the situation. And gradually, it spread to neighboring states of Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, and even beyond, even Niger State. So this Lakurawa movement is a terrorist movement in Nigeria. Even though as far back as 4 years ago, some of them moved to Sokoto, and I think during the reign of Governor Aminu Tambuwal, now Senator, he contacted the then president, and armed military men were sent, and quite a number of them were killed. So, Mr. President, the time to act is now, if we want to control the spread of this terrorist. Mr. President, we have been discussing about security in this Senate. I want us to recall what happened in the 8th Senate and the 9th Senate. We had discussed extensively on how we can tame the tide of banditry and terrorism. We made recommendations, 5 detailed recommendations, and we asked the executive arm of government to implement those resolutions. Mr. President, it is still relevant for us to insist that those resolutions should be implemented. And if we do so, quite honestly, it will reduce the incidence of banditry and insurgency in this country. In fact, we can reduce it to the barest minimum. Mr. President, lastly, I associate myself to all the prayers contained in the motion heavily moved by Senator Yahya Abdullahi. And let me end by commending the security agents who immediately sent in reinforcement, and that made it possible to send away the terrorists and also recover the rescued cows. And that has brought relative peace to the area. And I also commend the government of Kebbi State by sending relief materials to the affected area. The governor was there yesterday to commiserate with the people. Thank you, Mr. President.
To state, to the glory of God Almighty, we had an encouraging of this group, possibly, and I think I may be correct, for the first time in Sokoto State in 2018. And we had to mobilize in collaboration with the federal government to dislodge them and disperse most of them. It was a very, very well carried out operation by the security personnel. I was therefore surprised, Mr. President, when I read in the press some security officers or officials saying that this was the first time that we had such an incursion of this bandit or of this terrorist group in Nigeria. That is not correct. And Mr. President, I support all the prayers of this motion. We need to nip this in the bud. It's too serious for us to allow to take it lightly, because these people are well armed with sophisticated weapons, and I believe they even have some international connections. Therefore, there is a need for the government of Nigeria to take this matter very, very seriously. Otherwise, it may snowball, as did the banditry from Zamfara into virtually every part of northwestern Nigeria and several parts of north central. So I support this motion, Mr. President, and I urge our colleagues so to do. Thank you very much.
As opposed to the motion, we go to the prayers. Prayer 1, all the Nigerian military to maintain their presence and vigilance in the affected communities to halt the activities of this Lakurawa group from spreading further across the region. I would have put the question, but I think we should commend the military for their prompt action already. No, I know in the prayer, we should first commend the military for their prompt action. Then before we tell them to maintain their presence. Is there anybody that will amend this prayer 1? To say that commend the Nigerian military for their prompt response to this.
Anyway, that was, let me stop the video there. That was the Senate president trying to commend the military for their prompt response to this terrorist group who are terrorizing the North. Now, if anything is happening in the Southeast, if there is any issue at all in the Southeast, what you will see is that even issue that did not result to the presence of the military, what you will see is that military will just envelop the whole area and so on and so forth for the best reason known to them. Okay. Now, the Nagbaja, the late Chief of Army Staff, told us that Nigeria don't have the capacity to contain the insurgents or insecurity we have in Nigeria because we have just few military men on ground. Now, after this revelation, later the man passed on. And I am beginning to see this, and even Nnamdi Kanu said these things in the past, that when the Nigerian government will send military to the Southeast, that the terrorists are going to take over their area. I think it's because maybe they lack the military personnel in their numbers. Now, this terror group, they have been terrorizing. What baffles me is that, why can't Nigeria take all these things serious? If it is anything that has to do with the Southeast or Biafra agitation or ipob, you will see how they will be taking it serious. And when you look at what is going on, these people are not just terrorizing, they are seizing territories. Who is going to tell BBC, who is going to tell all these news media that in Nigeria, that some local government, some part of the country is not under Nigerian government, that terrorists are occupying those areas, collecting tax and so on and so forth? Who is going to say so? Nobody. But if it is in the Southeast, any small thing, you will see everybody talking about it. And what baffles me is that, you know, the governors from the Southeast extractions, you will see how they will be, you know, reacting and trying to behave like the good people. I listened to the governor of Enugu State, Mba, when he was saying that if Finnish government need evidence regards to the invitation and detention of Simon Ekpa, that he is going to provide invitation. And the following day, there was attack by the same Bororo Fulanis in the Enugu border community, and they kill a lot of people. Who is going to talk about the killings? Who is going to talk about people who are sponsoring the killings? Is that not evidence? So who is sponsoring the killings? There is something I want us to understand, that Nigeria cannot be divided into two, under terrorist government and Nigeria government, and nobody is saying anything. So if only people like, even the people agitating in Oduduwa Republic, if any small thing, they will clap them down. The question I'm still asking is, all these terrorists, why is Nigeria government keeping quiet? I will come to that. Now, you must have seen this video before, but I want to explain something to you because it is important we understand, we know the reality on ground. Everybody must have seen this video by the Zamfara state governor, the incumbent governor now, but I want you to listen to it because I want to explain something in this video.
Like I said, we know where these guys are. We know where they live. We know their parents.
You know them as a government?
Of course we do. They live with the same community we live.
So why is it difficult to get them?
That is the $1 million question that I should ask you.
We are trying to understand, for those of us who are now conversant with Zamfara, have never been there, and we hear you as a chief security officer speak tonight to say you know these people, but yet you can't get them. It's a head scratcher.
It is something that we are trying to all put our heads together. That is why, from what I can do as a governor, to have this CPG as a first line of defense. Of course, military are there, police are there, as well as civil defense, but they are not under my control. They are under the control of...
They are under the control of the federal government. Now, you see, an incumbent governor in Nigeria telling the whole world that he knows the terror group, he knows where they are, he knows their parents, and so on and so forth. After this man has done his work as a governor, he has done his work. He told you that police and military is not under his care. He came to the national television to say it. Now, let me ask you a question. How many times did the federal government put mouth in this issue? This is the terrorists. They said they know where they live, they know their parents, they live among them, they know everything. And these people are still terrorizing and nothing was done. And some people are still dumb, thinking that anything about maybe is from the south, now southeast, you could have seen maybe the whole military in Nigeria will just gather in those communities and wipe them out. Do you remember what happened in my state in Okoma community where bunker issue or oil issue was causing problem? And people came, I don't know where they came from. They came all the way to Okoma community to kill 17 soldiers. Nigerian military stopped everybody, even the governor could not enter there. They wiped the community out of the face of the earth. Yeah, they did. They wiped the community out of the face of the earth. If it is in northern Nigeria, would they do that? And this is a governor coming to tell you what is going on in the north. That they know the terrorists, they know where they are, they know everything. And the governor did not stop there. He went on to accuse the man who is sponsoring all these people. Take a listen.
You know, in fact, let me say this very categorical. If I were him, I would resign and face all the allegations against me. And that would have been more honorable, because from all the information we're getting, my predecessor was fully involved in some of these banditry issues. Typical is the fact that there was a permanent secretary when his children were abducted. And it was unfortunate that he had to pay ransom through the government house. And it was also very clear, based on all the allegations, that bandits were being kept at government house. You know, there are so many issues. So for me, honestly, if I were him, I'll step aside and face this allegation until I clear my name before I come back and continue my job. That should have been more honorable. And how can you imagine with all these allegations against him, and he's still the Minister of Defense? I mean, that is unfair. This man could have been honorable, stay aside, face all these allegations, clear his name, and then come back and continue to do whatever he wants to do, whether he wants to remain as minister or...
All right, let me stop the video there. I am sorry if this word looks derogatory or we sound derogatory, but do you know that almost the whole people living in Nigeria has been hypnotized? Why I'm saying this is because how on earth will everybody knows about what is going on? And people are chasing shadows, they are chasing clouds. Now, that will usher me into this issue of Biafra agitation and the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, the issue of Simon Ekpa, and so on and so forth, and why people will continue to come out as a figurehead. Wazurike was there in the past, Asari Dokubo was there in the past. I'm going to just take you back to history for you to understand that when you are targeting maybe the head of people who are agitating and so on and so forth, you are wasting time unless you go to the root to address the issue. The question there should be why. Why this agitation? Why? That just should be the question. Why? Nigerians have been hypnotized in the sense that a governor will come out and tell you that we know where terrorists are, we know who is sponsoring them. Former Nigerian military head will come out and tell you, no, police and military are colluding to kill you. Former head of a Nigeria intelligence agency will come out and tell you, no, this is Islamization. I have the evidence. I saw the fights. I saw everything. And people will still be folding their hands. This is hypnotizing. Nigerians have been hypnotized. You will see the truth. You know everything. The evidence is there. And you will turn your back and say, oh, we are looking for those who are sponsoring terrorism. We are looking for evidence. Yes, we must provide evidence. People are insane. And the evidence is there before you. Everything is there before you. This is the problem that we'll continue to have unless we start telling ourselves the truth. Anyway, our lines are now open. So if you want to contribute to this topic we are treating, you can give us a call. And also, if you want to join us live, you can join us through the link I pinned on the comment section. You can join us live here and let's discuss this. Talk to us and let us know what you think about these trending issues. Stay with me. All right, welcome back. Now, why is it that if a governor or any politician, if they report any terrorists from the northern part of the country, the military will not make the arrest, the police will not make the arrest, they will not do investigation, or are they doing it at our back? I want people to start asking questions. I want people to start, putting their heads, putting their mouth on what is going on in Nigeria. Because as I speak to you, sometimes I will even this thing is affecting me personally, it's affecting me directly because my community is not safe. My community is not safe. The vigilantes are working day and night. When I mean day and night, they are working to make sure that they will bring to an end to this insecurity. Now, report has it that almost every month, people are coming down from I don't know whether they are Nigerians, so to be sincere, people are coming down from the northern part of the country, coming to the south, coming to the east. And I wonder how these people are able to live in the bush, to live in the bushes. How? How come? How can you come into a community or you just live in the bush? And these people, I don't think that the environment is affecting them. Living in the bush, I don't think it's affecting them. They can live in the bush for almost 3 months and so on and so forth. If they kidnap you and they take you to that bush, 3 days you will fall sick. And that is where they have been living. And sometimes I ask, are these people really human beings? I'm asking, are they really human beings? Anyway, it's so unfortunate that people don't want to understand what is going on. But let me tell you, there is no country anymore. Absolutely none. There is no country anymore. If we will continue like this and everybody will continue to play along that nothing is going on, and instead of you to join hands together to stop all this nonsense, people will not mind. The only thing they could do is to make sure that they kill people who are agitating, they bring them down, they do all sorts of things. Anyway, all these things will not encourage people who are agitating genuinely. Instead, it will encourage them to do the opposite. That is what normal sense will give you. It will encourage them to carry on to do all sorts of things, and at the end, everybody will still be crying foul. But when we see the right thing, we will not say it. When we see the truth, we will not say it. So, if Nigerian Senate now are saying that the North is under siege as of on Friday, who are the people sponsoring it, as they have pointed it out that look at the sponsors of these people? What are they going to do? What are they going to do against them? I hear so many people talking about the issue of Simon Ekpa, that this and that. These people don't know that on September 15, 2021, that even United Arab Emirates released the 6 names of people who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. What do they do up to today? Absolutely nothing. So as I said before, our lines are open. Let's start receiving some calls, okay? Hello and good afternoon. Okay, this is good morning. It's still 11:25 Nigerian time. Please, you can turn off your YouTube so that we can hear from you. Good morning.
I already turned it off. I was listening to you. Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. Thanks for joining us. I know who is calling already, but you need to tell us your name and where you are calling from so that the viewers...
This is retired Naval Captain Ogunofo.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, retired captain. So,
my brother,
how is the experience? Tell the viewers where you are calling from.
Okocha, I will not do that. I will not do that.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
I just want to touch on a few things. Let me start with faith. Prophet, I call him prophet. I don't call him by his name anymore. Prophet Marcel and Kanu, who doesn't like it, you can take a look or a peep into all he said before he was kidnapped. See if they have not come to one another. Prophet Marcel and Kanu, in one of his broadcasts, said that the Nigerian military and the Nigerian government, out of their own carelessness and wickedness, they will ship down all their military down to the east, and by the time they will know, the terrorists will take over all the northern part of Nigeria, and they will have no place to call their home anymore. When they are done with the east problem and they won't have hope to go back in the north again. I ask this question: is it not happening now?
It is happening.
Okay, fine. So they should release that man. The man didn't do Nigeria anything bad. Rather, he even gave them information. If they were a wise country, if they had a good government, they would have used Marcel and the Scammers advice to stop this thing in time, because he saw it even before it started and gave them the entry, gave them the information, but they refused to use it, being stupid and selfish as they are. That is one part. Then let me go to the part of Simon Ekpa. Let me laugh first. Nigerian government, sorry, Musa, if you're watching this program, Musa is one of your colleagues. That colleague is telling you, it is not possible for any European country, not even only Finland, any European country to extradite their citizen. The best they can get is, if Simon has committed any crime, the best they can get is he will face judgment, because here the judgment is for everybody. It's not, they don't have rich man here, they don't have politician here, they don't have, everybody is standing before justice. Nobody has right over anything here. If you offend the law, you face the penalty. If Simon has offended the law in any way, they will sentence him, he will serve his term here. They are not exporting him back to Nigeria. The Nigerian government, forget, if you like, go and sell all the crude oil we have in Nigeria, all the gold, all the diamond, and bring the money and give to Finland government. They will not repatriate him because he is a citizen. They are not like you people that don't respect your citizens. They are not like you people that does not care for your citizens. Being a citizen first in Europe here means you must be shielded and guided and protected with everything the government have. So that one is, forget it. Simon can never be extradited back to Nigeria. 2, and they will not even sentence him or judge him. Let me tell you, here is not Nigeria. Where Nigeria, they just make a phrase, you have the right. After, you cannot detain somebody after 24 hours, after 48 hours, after 30. Here in Europe, it has stages. If it's a minor thing, you cannot stay in the police station more than 1 day, 24 hours. If it's something looking suspicious, highest 2 days. If it's something that is very serious, like all these terrorist acts, murder, if you have not been found guilty, you cannot stay in the station more than 3 days. First thing, they hold your passport so you cannot leave. You go to the court, they fix a day for your thing, and you go back to your house and come to the court. When they now pass judgment on you, you cannot serve your time, or they cannot take charge of you. It's not like Nigeria. The law is strict here. Anything the law says, it goes to the last letter. So as I'm talking to you now, Simon is in his house. They can tell him, okay, for now, don't be broadcast. For now, don't participate in anything, internet or YouTube or whatever. You understand? They will give him guidelines, but they will tell him, be careful. Right now, as I'm telling you, Simon is in his house because it's more than 3 days.
Okay.
That's one thing. Then the third thing is, that finalizes everything is, Simon is a Finnish citizen with a high pedigree, high character, trust. He's a politician with a winning party, with the ruling party. He's a council, chairman. He's a lawyer. He's then the highest is a retired military man. They give respect to their military men so much. They can overlook anything a military man has done. They know how to talk to them or deal with. When it comes to a military man in Europe, he has a special recognition. So Nigerian government, listen, be hearing me now, so you know you're just wasting your time. They will not do anything to him for that reason. And two, he is fighting a just cause. Right of freedom, demanding freedom, fighting for your nation, especially when the whole world thing, the way Nigerian government is handling issues. Marcel and the Kanu was given bail, they refused him bail. Marcel and the Kanu was acquitted by the court, they refused. There are so many reasons why they cannot extradite Simon to Nigeria. They see all these things. They know how corrupt your country is. Bribery, corruption, looting. Is it not the same Euro people that are bringing the money you're looking to? They see all the accounts you have. They see what you people do to the poor masses. So you people have already shot yourself on the feet. Forget it. There are nothing again. You have just helped Simon to publicize his Biafran struggle. Right now, as I'm telling you now, all the media house in Europe is talking about it. And no one is talking evil against Simon. They say yes, he was called for questioning. He went to the station, but he's doing the right thing because he's fighting and defending his people. You don't expect the law of United Nations law said that you should defend yourself. If somebody comes to kill you with an AK-47, use an AK-47 to defend yourself. Somebody comes to kill you with a bomb, use a bomb to defend yourself. It's out of the defense. He's defending his people, women and children. The videos are there. He will open Nigeria. He will show United Nations. He will show Finland government how people are being raped in the bush, how people are being cutlassed in the bush, how people are so many things. How the military is burning villages, burning people, killing people. Do you think they don't have all this evidence? I am telling you people so that you don't waste your time and your money. Nothing will happen to Simon. Wait for him. He's still going to declare that Biafra on the 2nd of December. That date.
Okay, officer, I want to ask you some questions.
You are free to ask.
All right. I heard some people writing on social media unverified, there have been misreaction to it. They said that Simon Ekpa said he's a content creator. I did not see where he said that, but this is what people have been writing. Or are they just forming it just to nab the guy or to discredit him?
Okocha, another propaganda. Okay, let me ask you one question. Let me tell you, Simon was not even arrested. He was invited. Because if Simon was arrested, the whole TV house will have it. The whole media, newspaper in Europe, not even only in Finland. No, okay, wait, can you show me the picture where they arrested Simon or the video clip?
You know what people call arrest in Nigeria is when they put handcuff in your hands, where they push you. But in Europe, maybe they don't know that when they say someone is invited and maybe detained for 1 or 2 days, the people can call it arrest in the Western countries. But in Nigeria, we'll be looking at it that, oh, they have arrested him, meaning they must have tortured him like Nigeria do. They must have, not only stood, they must have put him in a room where they will not feed him for 3 days like Nigerians do. You understand?
Story. Okay, let me tell you something. Let me break their bubbles. Even if he was arrested, you see, from that minute he was arrested. If he was arrested and put into anywhere, starting from that minute, they start paying him. He has the right to receive pay. They start giving him salary. Do you do that in Nigeria? It is not possible. Then let me tell you another thing. Simon was not arrested because here in Europe, putting handcuffs in somebody's hand is not against the law. It's for everybody. If the president himself, if police come to take him, they must put handcuffs in his hand. It's law. It's not a crime. So for that, and when they invite you, when police invite you, like, do you know how many times police have invited me? Maybe noise making, my kids make noise. My neighbors call them. They will call me on the phone, say, please, we want to see you. If you don't come, they call you 2-3 times. Don't come, they'll send you letter. Letter will come, you'll see this from police station. They want you to so day.
Okay, Retired Captain, you sound like someone who is in Europe.
Of course, I'm in Europe. What I don't want to tell you is the location.
Okay.
I'm also a European citizen with even a European passport because I'm married to a European woman. I have 4 kids. Live here now for almost 17 years. What do you think? I'm telling you because I know the law. Here too. So my brother, Simon was invited. He drove down with his car. And he did not even, let me pause the bubble again. When they say invited, he did not even go to the police station. He did not go to the police station. He went to the chief prosecution, how do you call it? Prosecutor office for questioning. He did not go to the police station for information. Then after the questioning, the chief prosecutor now will now give directive that he should come down with the police. They will give him a proper place, he will not even pass access them. Me, that is the problem. When I went to Norway, that I'm not even reciting. When I had a problem in the airport, if you see where they keep me, it's like I'm living in my own sitting room. The only thing I don't have that freedom to discuss with people. My phone is still with me. You can make your call. So Nigeria should not think this is what we are talking about. This is what we want Nigeria to be like. Treat people like human beings and not like animals. You see somebody that kills somebody, you cannot even treat. He will be shouting on you, shouting on police because he has not been found guilty. His right will be taken away from him when he is found guilty by the law, by the courts. That's when his right will be taken away from him, becomes a government right. But as long as you've not found him guilty, You can't do nothing. Nada. So that is it. So for the bad days, the topic you're treating this morning, let me tell you one thing. Last, everybody go chop breakfast. They thought they were doing the Southerners. When they invited these people according to my boss, the Commodore. I said this program, this interview. They thought they were doing Southerners. They want to colonize Nigeria. They want to take over power. They want and invited them. What is happening? The North will be colonized again by this Pururu ragtag terrorists. They will be you see the one that so-called father did in Sokoto is small. They will recolonize the North again if they don't wake up. If they don't wake up to reality, then what I want to tell you is that, you see, Nigeria will break up. Forget, nobody has hypnotized anybody. Nigeria will wake up when everybody knows where he's coming from, when everybody knows that it is time for everybody to go back to his tent. Back to your tent, O Israel. Nigeria will break up in such a way that there will be so many countries to leave Nigeria. And how is it going to be done? Tribal countries. If you're a Yoruba man, you go with the Yoruba people. If you're with Chile people, you go with Chile people. If you are the Igbo people, you will see Nigeria will break up so much that you will be surprised more than 7 or 8 countries will come out of Nigeria. Mark my word. Mark my word today, I've told you. It's coming. So my brother, they cannot do nothing. Nigeria is gone. The best they can do if they really want to salvage anything is to split that country peacefully. If they don't want to split it peacefully, I pity them in the next 4 or 5 years. Then it will split by itself. It will come to a time where they are already beginning to claim their territories now. Military men cannot go to that area again. You think it will not continue like that? Very soon it will come out like that in Yoruba part. Already the Biafran side now is because it's gradually turning into that to where military men cannot put the head. South very soon will wake up too. Before you know it, Nigeria will become a no man's land. That will be when they will now, the politicians will run, they will not run. But what they are doing now, they know what is going to happen. They are just saving for the rainy day. They are looting as much as they can because they know what is coming. They know what is coming.
It's all right.
Nigeria cannot be
Retired captain, whether it's retired or you quit by yourself, I want to ask you a question.
I took away. I ran when they asked me to go and do something I cannot do.
Yeah. Can you tell us some things that they say you should do that you refuse to do that led you to run out?
I had my first suspension for 6 months when they asked us to go for the massacre in Biafra State.
Okay.
The massacre was just something that they just went there and killed innocent people. When not students, not even something simple theft. I don't think today I can't really tell you why they went and massacred the people. For no reason. The student was having a little fight. The other student brother is a military man. On the process, this one break this other one's head. He went and got his brother as a military man. The brother came, tried to collect this other one. This other one had family that is this kind of people that will not agree for oppression. They took it up and reacted. The job went back to the barracks, to the camp, because by then we don't have barracks there. We have a little camp. Went back to the camp. Brought his colleagues, his friends. Wiped out the family. Wiped out the whole family. The villagers became angry. And went back to fight them. They did not kill anybody. They only went back to fight them, to confront them. That was how the problem started. Before you know, it became they wounded a major, this, that. Before you know, that was it. When my problem was let us investigate this thing very well and know the root of it. That was my only problem that I asked. I said I disobeyed order and said we should first of all obey, investigate. I was suspended for 6 months.
Without pay or with pay? The suspension with pay or without pay?
So when they suspend, you don't have one time. They don't pay you. It did not start today. That's how Nigerian military do. After 6 months, when I came back, they now posted me to Okemiri.
Okemiri, where?
I went to Okemiri.
Which state?
They also demoted me.
Which state?
In River State.
Okay.
They also Okemiri. They also demoted me. After 2 years again, I was posted on a special duty for Anambra during Peter Obi time. That's why I tell you that Peter Obi is a criminal.
Why? Why do you say so?
He gave the order for the killing of the people in Izu River.
Izu River, how do they kill them? What happened? Can you tell us more?
There were people killed. They killed them, their bodies, and dumped there. They dumped their body in the river so that they will to cover up.
Peter Obi gave the order, but he's not. I think he's not in charge of military now or police. Or how did he give the order?
He gave the order when he has the power to tell the military to step down. It's a civil case. The police should handle it. He gave the order that the military should go and do whatever they can do to stop a little protest. When you have a police commissioner, what will the military going to stop protest for you? Okay, if you don't know what to do, send the mobile police. Military always, when they go, they don't have it. Let me tell you, if you send military for anything, the next is like going to tell them, kill as much as you can. Because that's their job. That's what they are trained for. Police are the people that handle anything, riot or protest.
Okay.
You leave police, you leave immigration, you leave custom, you leave civil defense. You tell military to go and do anything they can do to stop the riot. They didn't go there to shoot tear gas. They shot a warning shot. Civilians not understanding what a warning shot is. After a warning shot as a military man, you defend yourself. We kept on protecting. They killed as much as they can. When I just entered my patrol van, turned back. Okay,
you were part of the people that Peter Obi said they should go and.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
So the next day, I asked my assistant. I won't call his full name. His name is Yunusa.
Okay.
Yunusa is his name. He's from Igbo State. I asked him what happened and how did they end up. He said that the commander was angry with me, that I was supposed to take charge of the command, and I left them, abandoned them. I told him, why would I do such a job? That's a dirty job. And I asked him what happened. He said after everything that they kill a lot of people, they packed them, they dumped them in the river because they don't have any time to bury them. Can you imagine? That they went to Isu Bridge and dumped them over the river. My brother, there are a lot of things I will say here. I start crying. I feel bad. I feel very, very bad. So Peter Obi is a criminal.
Well, maybe he did not intend to do that, or maybe he's not. He don't know that it's going to be like that.
No, don't come out for him. Don't come out for him. If he did not intend to do like that, when he found out, when the people started complaining, when the press talked about it, why didn't he probe, or why didn't he call those military men to order? He was the governor, the state governor. He was the commanding chief of that state. He should bring the people that did that to book. Yes. Major General Tairi Kajim should be called to book. Tairi Kajim should be called to book. He didn't call Tairi Kajim to book until he passed away. He's late now. He's away. As I'm talking now, all of them understand what I'm talking. They know what I'm talking about. He didn't call him to book. All the people that took part in the massacre, no one was retired. Rather, they even promoted them and posted some of them out. That is another thing they do. When you commit something for them, when you do something, that's something that is bad for them. You do their digging. They promote you and post you to another place because they know you're at risk at that place. So my brother, Obi is a criminal. Why didn't you call them? Why didn't you bring them to book? Or why didn't you question them? Or why didn't you say, why did you kill? Do you want to tell me Obi did not hear that they killed such amount of people, over 150 people, and dumped in the river in his state, the state governor?
And dumping those dead bodies in the river is the problem. I wish they saw the dead body now. They could even identify the people, start the process, and so on and so forth.
Okay, let me ask you, what of the ones they killed in Onitsha and also dumped in River Niger? Do you want me to start exposing so many things here? What of the ones they killed in Onitsha?
It's so pathetic.
In the Ebuka market, the motor parts market, the trainers, they killed and dumped them in River Niger. No. By the same military, by the same army.
You know that you are among them. That is why you are able to say this, because this is what you experience. Like someone like me, a civilian, if I tell you that you are the first person I've heard about the people they throw into the OD River and so on and so forth. Yes, I've heard about that. But you are the first person that is now bringing it to my senses about what really transpired, because you are among them. So many things like this, we don't know.
Listen, you see that one, my commando came to the AIT to tell the people. If I open up, especially what happened in the south, both Port Harcourt, both Bayelsa, Ogoni, with the case and Wiwa case, if I tell you what happened there, my brother, you weep.
Maybe we will not for you to tell us, sir. We will not for you to tell us, even though it's not today. We can reschedule the interview and you tell us more. It's important Nigerians know what is going on, what had gone wrong, and what is about to happen. Like they do say that yesterday is an experience, today is experiment, tomorrow is an expectation. So that we use our experience in our experiments to know how our expectation is going to be. So maybe yeah, I can hear you.
You know one thing, Nigeria is when they do something and you keep quiet. If they do something and they find out that thing they did, they succeeded in doing it, they will repeat it again. The same thing they did to kill Sowore. That is what they want to do to Marcel. The same thing, no difference. Just look at what happened to kill Sowore. Nigerian military, Abacha, set up kill Sowore with the community chiefs, Chief Kobani, Orage, Wite. I can go and call a lot of them. Set him up with these chiefs. Give them enough money to set this man up. As far as even coming to testify, people to testify against him in the court. What did Sowore do? Sowore did not do anything. The same thing Marcel did. That's what Sowore did by looking for his own nation, Ogoni Republic, Ogoni Nation. Stop taking our oil. The youth barricaded this thing from going to the rig. Sent out the white men going to the rig. Closed all the rigs. That was only the crime they committed. That was a crime case. Sowore did not kill anybody. You should not believe their lies. Sowore was not involved in killing none of the chiefs. The chiefs were killed by the youth of Ogoni land because they were very angry. When the youth found out that those chiefs have collected money from Abacha, they were a sellout. Why they were pretending to be with Sowore, they will go to meeting with him, go behind his back and take money. When the youth understood that these chiefs were saboteurs, the youth became very angry. The riot started. They went after them. The youth invited them for the meeting. It's the youth that invited them. And they want to have a very serious meeting, how they will go about the case of Sowore. And they thought they now went. They did not go that meeting. The chiefs went there to go and get information for Abacha. They didn't know that the youth were only luring them to kill them because of their crime. And they were killed because of this. They were saboteurs to the movement. The youth have found out how much they collected. Both Orage was the secretary to River State governor by then. Through Orage, they were getting to the government. That was why the youth killed those people. No, Sowore did not influence the youth. He was in prison now. He was going to his case. Which time did he have to go and tell the youth to go and kill this prominent men of Ogoni land? That was now where Abacha held on. That he was the person that instigated their killing. They now passed their death judgment on him and hanged him. That's exactly what they want to do to Marcel and the Kanu. Instigate the Igbo governors, and some reforms to the cutting problem so that they will see it as. But the difference with Ken Saro and Marcel and the Kanu, Ken Saro was in the country while Marcel and the Kanu was outside the country. So there was no way you can lay hand that he was the person doing anything. He was far away. Just the same thing with Simon now. You see the two difference now. That is exactly what they want to do to Marcel and the Kanu. And again, the Ogoni tribe was not much. They didn't have so much power and mouth in the media. They were just a small tribe. If it was something like the whole South came up and supported Sarawiwa, it wouldn't have been like that. Just like as the whole Igbo land is backing Marcel and the Kanu. You see the two difference now. So the military have been committing blunder. They have been committing AFNI. They've been committing. The terrorists did not start today. It did not start today. Early 80s. Early 80s, as far back as 81, 82, 83, that started. So that is it.
Retired Captain Ogunofo, thank you so much because, you know, telling us all these things, sometimes it makes us angry, sometimes it makes us feel good because we really know and understand where we are coming from. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and your courage to say all these things because there are so many people who pass through this experience you've gone through, but they don't have the courage to say it out. So I really appreciate your courage and your time. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Welcome. When I'm well relaxed, I'll give you another information about the Ikoyi massacre. You know when the Ikoyi massacre happened? I'll give you a very detailed information about it.
All right.
As I just say this now, they'll be running ahead and they will be trying to find out who I am. So you people cannot find out who I am. Because even this phone number is not registered by me with my name. Forget it, you can't find me. Forget it. You are all Igbo. Nigerian leaders, you are Igbo. Igbo. Bye-bye.
It's all right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. All right, that was retired Captain Ogunofo as he introduced himself. He has worked with the Nigerian Navy and joint force between Nigerian Navy and Nigerian military. Anytime he comes to speak about his experience in Nigerian military, how they send him to illegal actions, even when he insists that some actions should be investigated before they will carry out the action, but they always refuse. And that is why after he said, you heard him saying that he was suspended for 6 months because he refused to go for an illegal, illegal mission. For military affairs, I think their language is obey before complain. So when they send you something, you must obey. If they ask you to go and kill someone, you have to obey before you. But these things are not normal. They are not good. So I really appreciate him. I thank him for giving us, good information about what is going on. All right. Don't forget that you can give us a call through the number on the comment section or the number on the screen, just WhatsApp call only. You can also join us live through the StreamYard there. So it's so unfortunate what is happening in Nigeria. If you are exposed to the information of Nigeria, what is happening, what has happened, what is going on at this moment, you will find a way to have a refuge, even though it's Cotonou, Benin Republic. But we are here. We are here because we are not going to run away from our ancestral lands because of anything. I know it's not easy as I speak to you, and a lot of insecurity challenges from all around the corner. Now, The question I want to ask is, if the military and police are unable to help the people, don't you understand that people have to help themselves? And when you see someone now who carries gun, because when it comes to self-defense, if someone who is coming to kill you in the Gandhi is carrying AK-47, you are not going to use stick to wage him. You need equivalent to the two the person carried for you to defend yourself. But it's so pathetic that people won't understand the principles of self-defense, that so many things going on in Nigeria, why they are pointing fingers to some people who are agitating that they do is self-defense. According to Femi Falana, if somebody is coming to break your head with bottle, you have the right to take bottle and break his head and defend yourself. So if someone is coming to use gun to kill you, you have the right to use your own gun to defend yourself. So let's have another caller calling in now. Hello. Good afternoon. Okay, good morning. This is 2 minutes to 12. You can off your YouTube there so that we can hear from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Yeah, I'm calling from London, UK.
All right, sir. Your name, sir?
I'm Joseph.
Okay, Mr. Joseph from London. Yeah. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Happy Sunday.
Same to you, my brother. Happy Sunday.
All right.
Yeah, I was listening to the last caller, the military officer.
Retired captain. Oh, yes, he said he ran away. He was not retired. He called it a war that he ran away, yeah.
You see, everything he said was spot on. Absolutely truth. Yeah? So the reason why I'm making this call is when you were asking him, was it Peter Obi that ordered the military? Yes, my brother. Peter Obi was the governor. And I knew about this issue, this Ezu River issue. Peter Obi was the one that ordered them to massacre our own people. These guys were Masop members.
Okay, the reason I was asking him that question is because, you know, as a blogger or a journalist, I know that Peter Obi is not in charge of military or police, but he later explained that Peter Obi just asked the military, Masop are protesting, just go there and calm them down. Then he as a military man now is saying that once you send the military to go and stop a protest, meaning you are giving them order to kill, because it is the duty of the police and other civil corps to stop something like that. So that was what he explained.
Okay. You know, this idea of every time they are denying they are not military, you know what is an executive power? As an executive governor, you have that power. Okay, why are they inviting the military every now and then when ipob we are protesting, like the Python dance 1, Python dance 2, Python dance 3? It was the same governors that were inviting these people to come and massacre our youth. So if they don't have the power, why were the military listening to them to come down to the east and massacre our youth? You see, the thing is, the kind of atrocity and evil these so-called governors and the politicians of Igbo extract have committed. My brother, if we open book, when you see any of these people, you will spit at them. Are they really humans? Against their own, the people they're supposed to look after. No, it's pathetic.
It's so pathetic sad. Anyway. It's so pathetic, yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. So what that military officer was saying was absolutely right. I knew about that story 100%. Yeah. And I want to say something regarding Simon Ekpa. You see, all of them, they have been jubilating, you know, because all Nigerian knew is shoot, kill, arrest. You know, they don't know this is Western world where rule of law follows. Nobody's above the law here.
Yeah. If
you are found guilty, you will go in for it. But nobody is extraditing their citizen to anywhere. Because it can never happen.
Yeah.
So it's a pipe dream for them to be waiting that Finland will hand Simon over to them. No, Simon was not even arrested. He was only questioned. And I'm speaking to you now, Simon is at his house. It's just that you will see him on social media now. He's at home. So let them continue to be jubilated, because what they did, they have shown themselves on the foot. Now all the atrocities and all the terrorist organizations, this same government of APC created, everything will be in the open now. Because Simon has all these informations. So they shot themselves in the foot. Oh, okay, look at what happened, Lady Massacre. Even CNN used their satellites, they have live record of that massacre, and they were still denying. You know, so let's see how everything pans out. They think everything is arrest, kill, shoot, just like what they did at Kenya by kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu. This is a different ball game. You are dealing with intelligent people who know what civilization is all about. It's not on the territory of Africa.
Yeah.
So they are wasting their time thinking someone will be extradited. They have shot themselves in the foot because all they have committed will be in the open now. I'm telling you that all those military men that ordered the Lekki massacre, they're supposed to face ICC, International Criminal Court of Justice. They're supposed to face it. Yeah, all of them, including the governor of Lagos State and whoever was the president by then, all of them supposed to face ICC. So let them think that because they are questioning someone, everything is died. It's even better that all those things they have been hiding, the whole world will not know what has been happening in Nigeria. You know? So my brother, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak with you. And I enjoy your program.
Thank you so much.
I will continue to join you.
Thank you so much. Time. I really appreciate that.
All right then. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was another caller who also confirmed what the first caller said. But for me, I'm still asking what could be the solution, because for me, I always like to talk about solutions and what is important, because that is what we are supposed to be talking about. The solution. What are we going to do? What are we going to do about that? Anyway, that is apart. We are coming to the end of this program. This program was just scheduled for just an hour. As time goes on, you see, last week we have not been able, I was unable to come to live as usual frequently like this. But I think I am doing my best to be informing my subscribers through the normal videos I'm posting. So please do well to join me tomorrow as well, because this is a new week and we have resumed our live program as usual. So do well to join us live every day while we discuss about the state of our nation. Anyway, our brother that just joined us live, let us give him the mic to hear from him before we end the program. That is EJC. Good morning. I think, let me unmute you. Can you hear me? Unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself so that we'll hear from you. If you can hear me, unmute yourself. All right. I think he's having issue with him joining us. Anyway, happy Sunday to you all, and we are going to call it a day. Please do well to join us tomorrow, and may God bless you. Thank you so much.
Wazirika was agitating during Obasanjo. A lot of people were agitating. So now that you have arrested, you come down Wazirika that time. Nnamdi Kanu came up. Now that you have arrested Nnamdi Kanu, someone is there. I think this data from Ned Nwoko was telling you that even if you arrest Simon Ekpa today, another Simon Ekpa will come out. So the issue there is that address all those issues. The reason that I can negotiate with him and allow him to continue with his agitation. If he meets the criteria of being having his own Biafra, so be it. Don't tell us that this country is not negotiable. Is not negotiable. The unity of this country is not negotiable. It's negotiable for Christ's sake. Because if things are not working the way it's supposed to be, I told you the other day I came here. I said that somebody from China has a say in this country and somebody from Southeast. Let's use what is going on now. The president is from where? Vice is from where? Speaker is from where? Senate president is from where? CJN is from where? Court of Appeal president is from where? National Industrial Court president is from where? Chief Judge of Federal High Court is from where? You are telling me that yes, now that you have removed Kennedy Hanele and you are now brought in Yanko Juku, that the people of Southeast will jubilate. Are you talking to idiots? Look at the people that you are talking about. Check. Let me start with the source. In football, the people that have made Nigeria proud.
Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 Constitution, it is a fraud already. That Constitution is a fraud. Now, what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they're not giving independent and merge you people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with the OIC stuff, tried to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because they put it in the Constitution.
In fact, listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said, personal matters, that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. Is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey? They were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, it's an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijani. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A. That's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years. They will Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, in many, we are not a religious country, so to on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, you have now North Sudan, South Sudan. I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. Then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I've told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. But if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have enough, they remain there, and you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. You have the Jaiz Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research, and you're beginning to understand. You begin to understand what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the constitution, want to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people, and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it in through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know. They may not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, go after the sponsors. Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years' time. If it's not 10 years' time, it may be 50 years. They are going to Islamize this country. But I think the solution, what we should discussing with people. People should try to understand we are not the same people. The North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing indirect, and they deliberately merge us so that we can continue to fight like this, and they can continue to take our resources away.
Speaking about the British, there are several theories out there in terms of all of this Chatham House moves and why our leaders always go to the West before elections. Do you think that the influence of the British about this particular matter and more is significant? Has it waned? Is it still growing? What should be done about it?
No, what the British did is just like what the Belgians, the other, like the French, is the